Well, I just thought I'd tell you a little something about Midgards-Messer. Of course, Messer means knife in German. Midgard's family. So I was on his Instagram just looking at what he was up to because he hand makes a lot of knives, okay? And, of course, I got introduced to him because of the Viking. So, he had hooked up with Justin at White Mountain, and he had these little tiny gent knives that were available. And I said, oh, yeah, absolutely, definitely got to put one of these in my hand. Why not? So, of course, this is an absolute monster, which, yes, we like monsters. So, no, I was just, I added my Instagram watch list and this and that. And so I roll on by and take a look at the insanity he's up to. I got this patch from him, too, when I got this thing. Okay, so, wow, okay. Point made. So I saw these and I messaged him and I said, man, these are really cool. And he said, would you like one? And I go, oh, not me. Don't send me one. Of course I want one. Just put it in your hand like that. See, jumping up here. And let's see if we can slice something. Yeah, it slices paper. Not bad. Turn it around. Let's go this way. Like that. It's a smartphone knife. So, comes off your smartphone, and you can cut with it. I bet I could cut that patch too, but I don't want to. I want to keep it. But that feels sharp. That feels very sharp. It's 1.428, I can't remember. I'll put it down here. German steel, which is like an equivalent of O2, tool steel. So, no, it's not a stainless. Wow. He does the lasering here too. So this is really tactile. It's not just a pattern you see. You can feel this. So that's good. And, of course, bottle opener, which is mandatory. You got to have that. Here's the case. Here you got a little coin that he's got in here. And if you look at that, actually, that comes out because you got a magnet. And you got magnets back here. Let's straighten that out a little bit. You got magnets under here. So you just tear this away, this little adhesive, stick it on the back of your smartphone. And let me show you a pictorial. There's a smartphone. And just slap it on the back. And, of course, you could get this like with the orange, or you can get it in black, whatever you want to do. See that? And did he like that? So he can do that for you if you want. And he makes them himself. They're not just where he comes up with a design and they crank a bunch out in China. These are made by him in Germany, and you can see that on his Instagram while he's detailing them in his shop, etc. So this has actually got patterning on both sides. And, yeah, you can grab it. You got a little bit of a choil there, but you can sharpen that over and over. So it's not just like a razor blade that pops out and then you got to replace it and, those kinds of things. This is, a piece of steel you're going to sharpen. I imagine if you used it every day for years and years, you're probably going to, but I just don't imagine that's probably going to happen. So it's nice, it's convenient. If you don't have a knife on you, you can have this on the back of your cell phone case and carry it with you. Let's weigh it. Without the case, 1.92 ounces at 54.2 grams. You want to add the case? There's another 30 grams, apparently. And so that's another ounce, right? So basically you got 3 ounces and 86.6, and you got everything stuck to everything. So yes, it's got magnets under here, and they're pretty powerful. So you can see where the blade is protected here, okay? So you always know where the blade goes. The blade goes where the blade guard is. And you got a little pin under here like this that holds it, and then about ripped my Band-Aid off. And this right here. So it positions it, and it's really in place. You can go onto his Instagram and direct message him, or you can buy right there off his website, but it'll give it in euros, and this is like 65 euros. So the last conversion I did, that was $77, but it's something he hand makes. I think this is something to consider if you're into gadgets and you think it's cool to have a smartphone knife. Okay. Now, not only can you get it, customized, but you could probably get this in glow in the dark, and I think he showed that on his channel, on his Instagram. And also, here you go, it's a different type of color on here, so it's maybe a Cerakote or something. Also, it's either a Cerakote or DLC or something like that, and there you can get it in black, so it'll fit into the back of your case if your case is black or you want it to match up. Not only that, but he has other smartphone knives or things you can attach to a folio or the back of your smartphone, and it's more of a conventional looking knife. And here's a little blurb on the steel. 1.2842 steel. If you compare the composition here, you'll see that it's much the same as O2. Chromium, not much, right? So no, it is not a stainless. There's some vanadium, pretty high carbon, that kind of thing. So, and it can get he says he does it as a 60 HRC. This will harden up even harder than that if you want it to. So it's pretty wear resistant. So not complicated stuff. I'm very impressed by a lot of his fixed blades, and he makes some really small fixed blade knives that are really impressive that I like. I kind of like his overall style. I mean, you can look at some of his other knives, and it's really difficult to show here, but then he can do different types of handles and things like that. This one is one that I want here, and I'm going to go chase this in the not too distant future. So he makes this as all one piece except for this, and you can add this hammer type of fixture on the back, or you can put something like this on it. So that's just totally wicked. That's really cool. So I like that, and I think that'd be interesting. If you look, that it's not really that big. There's what it is on a belt sheath. So I want one of these with a belt sheath and a couple of the attachments just to put on my channel. I think that'd be great. And there it comes without any of the bolt-ons. Interesting, the different types of scales he can do. And I think he 3D prints some of this. And let me flip this over again. This would be really cool. I like this, the skull thing. And he can laser that on. Like I said, one piece of steel. And you know what? I did not look to see what kind of steel this is, but I imagine it's a pretty hard tool steel. And you might want to know, how thick is it? 3 millimeter. So 0.12. As far as thickness goes. And really, let's take a look at the length, at the cutting length of the blade. So about 1/2 inch, 39, about 40 millimeter length blade right there to that little choil area. Yeah, it's really tactile, and I saw him work these on his sander to knock the edges and round this off and everything before obviously putting the laser etched pattern on. I also saw, and this might be of interest to you, I thought it was kind of interesting myself, that he can do this back plastic a little higher and then put a hole up here where you can wear it around your neck as a lanyard. So that might be another option as opposed to putting it on your smartphone. Just thought I'd bring it to your attention. I was just fascinated by a lot of his fixed blades, and then when I saw that he had these little smartphone knives, I thought, well, okay, that's reasonably affordable, handmade in Germany, and pretty slicey, so not too shabby at all. Yeah, multiple pages right through here. Really nice. Does a great job. Cool little gadget. You might want the more simplistic smartphone knife if that's of interest to you, but I just thought I'd throw it out there. I thought it was cool gadgetry. I'm going to put this back on the back of my smartphone and see how she goes. Yeah, it's an extra 3 ounces there. I don't think it's going to make any difference to me, though. Take care, my friends. Thank you so much for hanging out. You know what we do. We love them knives up here. So you guys stay sharp.